Brothers, how you doing? We're currently in the caravan I bought for young guys as a place for them to stay when they're getting back on their feet. Currently, I'm looking after young Daniel, who's getting back on his feet. I've got him a new job, and if I pan around here, you'll see him out there. There's the cabin we bought him with my Patreon money. If you're not a Patreon, consider joining up on Clay's Patreon because it does go to a good cause. We bought that shelter for him, and right now he's painting the deck. I've got him a job in the forestry, which is going really well. And he's drug-free now, which is fantastic. He's not smoking the old electric broccoli anymore, and he's much clearer, much more focused, and much more sociable, and learning a lot of stuff. Pace, get him behind. I've got Pace in here because he just tried to chase someone. Anyway, this is a video about... We're going to fall down the phone. We're still moving. It's a video about lockdown. We're in lockdown here again till Tuesday. Bugger. But man, it's nothing like some of you guys in Australia that have been locked down for so long. A lot of you guys in the UK, actually a lot of places in the world. So I wanted to bring something to you that would bring you something positive and give you some tools, if I could, if you could give me a time just to listen. Because let's face it, we have a lot of free time right now when we can't do the stuff we normally do. And on that note, time is all we have in life. And so do not waste this time just because it's lockdown. Don't think I'll postpone my life and stop doing shit until lockdown's over. Engage in new stuff, and that's the trick. While you're in lockdown, you've got to look after this bit of jelly between your ears. It's everything. Keeping that in a good space. So here's the thing. If you're a hunter, or you're a diver, or you're a fisherman, or anything, you have a certain fitness in doing those things, and it's very easy to lose that fitness, particularly the likes of me being a pig hunter. I find that I get fit. Takes a long time by working on the hill when hunting, and if I don't hunt for a few weeks I lose my hunting fitness. So things you can do to help maintain it. It's not the same as hunting, but jump on your mountain bike. Low impact, good for the quads, good for the knees, and get a sweat up. You only have to do like half an hour to an hour every day, and you maintain that level of fitness, or you even build it. Of course, you've got to have good nutrition. Right now I'm on a 4-day fast. Well, it's actually supposed to be a 7-day fast, but I think I'm not going to make the 7 days. I think I stuffed up with taking magnesium and getting a bit of a loose bowel and losing my electrolytes. So I'm going to probably cut that call today because I'm also feel like I have my throat cut because I haven't eaten in 4 days. Pace, get them behind. So that's a good thing. Fasting is very powerful for the brain because when you fast, you develop new neuro pathways. Your brain starts to try to problem solve and it gets very clear. So if you're a bit foggy, try fasting. You've got to be disciplined. You've got to go, no, I'm not eating that. I only eat once a day, so it's not too difficult for me to do that. And there's big benefits in that too. Of course, the other thing too is what you eat. Absolutely imperative. Don't eat anything that's refined. Don't eat anything with palm oil in it or vegetable oil in it. That stuff is so bad for your your gut, basically your gut health, which is where everything goes on. And of course, sugar's out off the list. Easier said than done. But if you want to be well, if you want to get the maximum out of your life and the maximum out of your mind and the maximum out of the best quality, then you're the boss. And whatever I say doesn't really matter. It's what you decide to do. And we know that now. It's science. So eating good tucker. What is good tucker? Good tucker is fish. Good tucker is meat. So long as it's meat that's come from the hills or come from grass-fed animals, not grain-fed. Good tucker is eggs. They're a superfood. And of course, your kale, your broccoli, and all your leafy greens, so important. What's bad tucker? Anything's in a packet. Potato chips in a packet. Anything's in a packet. Or anything that's using sugar or vegetable oil or palm oil or any of that shit, your body can't process it, and the long-term effects they cause cancer, heart disease, a whole lot of things. You know all that, so I don't talk about that. Because I used to eat all that shit, and then I got cancer. Right, moving along, the other things that you can do is you can start to catch up on those little jobs. Sharpen all your knives. I'm going to do a video on this on some other channel. Sharpen all your knives. If you're a hunter, if you're a pig hunter, then your knife should be all sharp. If you're a deer stalker, your knife should be sharp. If you're a fisherman, your knife should be sharp. They should be razor sharp. A blunt knife is like a limp dick. It's only good for pissing around with, and you can't really do the deeds with it. So get your knife sharp. Clean your rifles, clean your guns. You're a pig hunter, I know you've got a dirty gun somewhere because I'm guilty of it. I've actually got that to do on my list of things. Do those little jobs that you put off so often. Clean the garage, clean the shed, the things that you haven't done. Just do all the windows in the house. Go around and squeegee them and clean them. It's one job you'll feel better for doing it. Tidy up your own personal space, and this here space up here will work better. Maintain your vehicle. Give it a clean. Doesn't hurt to give it a clean inside and outside. If you haven't done that, clean your boat if you've got one. Garden. Start a garden. I started a garden on April last lockdown, and what a lot of fun that was, and I'm still doing it now. We're building upon it. So we know right now we've got enough food in our garden. If this lockdown goes on further, we can sustain ourselves. So I don't want to go to the supermarket. We are out of toilet paper just about. I've got some down on my houseboat, but if we run out of that, don't really want to go into... We didn't go shopping before lockdown like everybody else. We just let them line up and queue up. I said no to Daniel. Those people, they're being greedy. They're clearing everything off the shelves anyway because they're panic buying. It's just ridiculous. You're not going to die, and if you run out of toilet paper, use some water like they do in Asia. Squat down and clean your bum with soap and hot water. You'll be okay. What else could you do? Well, you could start painting or drawing if you never have done, or you could get out a bit of string and you could go online and learn some new knots. Every bloke needs to know how to tie knots. If you can't tie a bowline and you're watching this, go learn to tie a bowline. It's probably the most important, useful knot you'll ever have, or a towing hitch or a sheep bean. If you don't know those simple knots, educate yourself. Then you become more competent. If you don't know how to maintain your vehicle, like a lot of young people don't, go online and just learn some basic things. Start off with doing an oil change and doing a lube on your vehicle, and then maybe just the simplest things like changing the rubbers and the wipers. A lot of blokes don't know how to do that. It's really, really, really basic. Throw out all your old clothes into one of those places that where they use the rags and they go to other people, and tidy out stuff that you haven't used in the last 6 months to a year. Get rid of it. Having a minimalistic life and minimalistic stuff is a lot better. We've been having massive throwouts lately because we bought this place a year and a half ago, and a lot of stuff that was accumulated from previous tenants and the owners, they just left it here, so we're getting rid of their rubbish. Because I thought I wasn't going to be staying here or owning it, I never bothered getting rid of it, but now it's on my property. I've inherited that, so I'm cleaning it out, and it feels good. And I'm cleaning out some of my own shit too. Things that you can do to make lockdown better. Not too hard. If you haven't subscribed to this channel so far, please subscribe, because we're trying to get to 1,000, because YouTube are monetarising it and putting their ads on it, and nothing is coming back to the Brocheck Club, and it needs all the support it can get. It's not a big channel. It's never going to be a big channel because we're talking about stuff that people don't want to hear. People want to have fluffy, happy, smiley, shiny stuff to distract them from the realities of life. They don't want to hear about the actual guts of the reality of the hardships, and it's like putting your head in the sand. This channel is not putting your head in the sand. It's pulling your head out and looking at it and addressing the problem and working out how to fix the problem. That's what it's about. I'm going to be doing some videos in the future again. I had a break because I wanted to give you guys a chance. One guy stepped up. Crispy did a video. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. It's going very well. It's ranking 4 out of 10, that video. So well done, buddy. It was a good video, and you put a lot of time and effort into it. But we still need more people to smack something up. Problems and finding solutions to the problems. That's what the channel's about. What else did I want to talk to you very briefly about before I bugger off? Yes, if you're having any physical pain like back pain, sciatic pain, I'm going to do a video just on that there. And I've just got a phone call coming through. I'll just decline that right now. That's me mate Robert Shuttleworth. If you're having a like sciatic pain, I'm going to show you some stretches. I'll do a stretching video on that because I know some of you do. I live with chronic sciatic pain. I've taken a lot of drugs over the years to try to alleviate it. Marijuana's been great, but it's made me bloody become a slowed down version of myself, so I'm not doing that anymore. And I've got some really good stretches I'll show you because it can be quite debilitating. I think that's all I wanted to cover today. I won't be posting like as many as I have done, because right down on my Clay Tool Stories channel, which I have to look after, I'm trying to put a video up every day for lockdown to keep people entertained, and in hopes that it sort of alleviates a little bit of the boredom and also the frustration and the anxiety that they are suffering. My heart really does go out to you people that are in a worse situation than me, that don't have a bit of land. My heart really goes out to you if you're forced to go into supermarkets when you don't want to. There's a lot of confusion out there. This world is radically changing again. It's very hard. All I will say is use your own mind. Believe nothing of what you hear. Just store it, but don't necessarily believe it. Believe half of what you see. A lot of stuff can be falsely brought to you because that's what media does. Media wants to sell stuff. Media is struggling right now. Television is struggling. Radio is struggling. social media is increased and they've decreased, and news outlets are really struggling to exist because they're not getting the funding anymore, because people like me are just freely giving free information like I'm doing right now, with nothing coming back, and they're competing against that and they can't. So what are they doing? They're trying to publish stuff that's shocking to get the views, to pull people in, and it's not always true. Often it is fake news, and it's very difficult for you to go through all the stuff and decide what the hell do I believe, what do I not believe. And I guess a big point in hand right now would be the vaccine, which I'm not qualified to talk either way, but I've read some really fluctuating reports on that from scientists to doctors at both ends of the scale. If you haven't taken the vaccine, you probably had a number of notifications from the DHB where you live telling you to take it, and I can understand if you haven't, because there is some stuff which kind of would make you want to hold back. But on the other hand, I'm not a doctor and I can't give you my 2 cents worth on that, because I'm just not qualified to talk about it. But I do understand the frustration of not quite knowing and the confusion of not quite knowing. Anybody who says they know 100% about that one there, well, they're telling a tall story. That's me today. Check on a brother. Now's the best time, the most important time. You've got time up your sleeve. I had a really cool phone call yesterday with my mate Josh, and I called him up, and the first thing he said was, man, if it had been anybody else on the phone, I wasn't going to answer it, because I've just been, his phone, he's quite big on social media. He said, my phone's been going off the hook, but when I saw it was you, Clay, I picked it up. We had a really good conversation, and it was just great. I was doing a bro check on him, because he's a bro, and it was just so nice that he actually picked up and made time for me, and we had a good long conversation, and it made me happy, made me feel good. He made me feel good, and I'm sure I made him feel good too. And that's what the Bro Check Club is about. It's about brothers checking on brothers, or check on a sister too for that matter. But this channel is pretty much for men, and any ladies, women that come along for the ride, you're very welcome. Go steady, and I'll talk to you all soon.